Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Bev. I'm bringing another trade recap here to you guys on YouTube. I took a total of two trades. I'm on a brand new 50K account. Unfortunately, today did end up being a break-even day, but it is better than losing capital. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and just hop straight into the recap. So, starting off on the 4-hour chart, I did come into the morning being initially bullish for the simple fact that we were delivering here from the sell side, and I want to see this buy side up here get taken out. But as you can see, that clearly never happened. Another reason why I was bullish was just for the simple fact that we were violating bearish right here, and then on top of that, on the 1 hour, we're respecting bullish. You can see hourly gaps being respected. So coming straight into the morning, I did decide to wait till 10 a.m. to take a trade because where we were at currently with the 4-hour candle, we basically had this 4-hour imbalance here that I either want to see get respected or get violated. So that right there is going to be a huge indicator of whether or not we were going to go up or if we were going to go down. So as you can see here, the 4-hour candle, the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle ended up closing, causing a change in state of delivery off of this SMT and also with this sweep as well. So we ended up sweeping out liquidity. We had an SMT right here with ES, and then the 4-hour candle just draked down, causing the CISD. Let's go ahead and scale in. So because of that, I also went ahead and immediately went to the 15-minute, and I saw that we formed this 15-minute fair value gap that broke structure. So from there, hopped onto the 1 minute, and this was where I took my first trade. So this first trade, we had a 10 a.m. open high, which is exactly what you want to see if you want to see lower prices. So as soon as we got this 4-hour closure, I immediately flipped my bias to bearish to these levels. So going back to what I was saying, as you can see, we ended up coming into that 15-minute. We swept out buy side right here. So we swept out this buy side. I had an SMT inside of that fair value gap right here. All right, cool, perfect. So yes, 10 a.m. ended up opening higher. I swept out this liquidity. We came into the 15 and we put in this SMT. We then displaced lower. We pretty much damn near got an instant change in state out of this 15, which is something that I really like to see. Just a nice fast displacement move lower with the change in state. And in the process of that, what else did we do? We inverted this 1 minute that previously was held by price. That was another confluence that we had. So boom, we already had our setup here. Let's see, there it is. So this change in state was right here. All right. So as soon as we got this change in the state of delivery, I wanted to see what price wanted to do next. So as you can see, it continues to sell off. We formed this 1 minute gap right here. So initially what I did was I entered with 1 micro on this fair value gap just to get the position going because I just wanted to be in the move. However, though, I did have a limit up here for 2 more micros. So in total, I was risking about, I'd say $275. However, though, I will tell you guys what happened and where I messed up here. So when I got entered here with 1 con, we pretty much just went to a pretty heavy consolidation. So it was literally the candle right before. So literally around this point, I didn't like how we were just kind of chopping around, how we were just failing to displace lower because we also did have these equal lows. We also did have these equal lows below as well as this unfilled imbalance. So honestly, I just wanted to see price just displace fast to the downside, especially after seeing some displacement like this. However, though, I kind of got shaken up because of the consolidation. So I ended up manually closing the trade at break even, and I removed my limit that I had at this fair value gap, which, as you'll see right now, was a huge mistake. You know, it literally like a couple minutes after, it literally tags it, and we run immediately to TP with no drawdown, taking out those equal lows. I was kind of pressed about it, but what can you do? So I was like, why not? We still have, some draws lower. I could probably seek a continuation to this low or this imbalance as well as, but yeah, we also have a low in there as well. So let me go ahead and just fast forward to the next setup. So right here, this was my next setup. So we sweep liquidity. So end up sweeping liquidity right here again. I'm going to remove this. So we swept liquidity. We took out this top wick, and we were also respecting this order block. And we also respected the consequent encroachment of the order block. So at this point, all I was waiting on was for price to, goddamn, hold on, guys. I don't know why I'm fucking all, I don't know why I have all these burps. Anyways, so we had this 1 minute that price came into, and I was gonna enter the trade as soon as we inverted that. So basically, that's what I waited for. So it was this can no, it was next candle. Okay, so it was this candle. So I ended up entering on this candle because even though yes, it was yes, it wasn't an inversion. For the most part, it was obviously very bearish, and at that point I was kind of, you know what, I'm not gonna wait for the full inversion. It was a good enough inversion for me. So I ended up entering our market right here, and let's go ahead and see. So as soon as we came into the imbalance, I ended up moving my stop to break even, just for a simple fact that it was a 15-minute imbalance, and we were going to open that new hourly candle within the next 5 minutes. So unfortunately, got broke even there, and as you can see, it taps our entry one more time as well, and then it delivers lower at 11 a.m. So right there, unfortunately, got broke even on this one. Either way, I should have definitely just kind of held and managed this trade right here, but I kind of got shaken up for whatever reason. But lesson learned, just kind of got to stick to my game plan. But yeah, it's better than any of the day off red. But that's basically the whole trade recap that I had. So again, I'll go ahead and just run it down real quick. It was initially bullish, violating bearish, respecting bullish. However, though, as soon as you got that 4-hour close, violating this gap, I switched my narrative down to these lows over here. So that was basically the whole the whole narrative and idea behind the trade. So if you guys want to see more content, if you guys like my video, just make sure you go ahead and leave me a like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. So we're gonna come to the market tomorrow, well rested, with a fresh mind, and hopefully we can come out on top with a dub. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day.